What's up, guys? This is a little bit of a different podcast. I'm going solo on this one. There's no guest. There was a little bit of some difficulty securing a guest for this week. Nothing on Tuesday, nothing on Thursday, and Sunday. I could also not. So just a little bit on that and see what I do about it. But yeah, today all you get is me. I know that's more than enough. So okay, but yeah, I thought that I would do this one just talking about the Trailblazers Club, getting a little bit personal because I noticed I'm just putting these videos out, this podcast out, and I don't know if you've ever even began this whole relationship properly, but by you knowing where I come from, what's my ideas, what's my this, I get a little bit personal. I don't think I get that personal on my videos, even though I do put it on the. But yeah, that and speak of the vision for the Trailblazers Club or the vision of the Trailblazers production and everything else. So you all feel included and part of this because that's what I want this to be a big movement that everyone contributes towards and it's just not like, oh, this is my thing and I want it to be ours. So with that said, a little bit of I'll just tell this story. I think this story will kickstart everything. In grade eight, I remember in grade eight, I was talking to two friends of mine, Bango and Edith. I don't even know if they remember this. We were there at Gitabo at our classroom. It was break time, and we were talking like about our plans for the future. At the time, we were probably 13. Grade eight is like 13, I think. I don't know, 13, 14, I think. And I think it's 13. We were talking about our plans for the future, and they were like, "Yeah, I want to do this and that." I don't really remember what exactly they said. I think one of them talked about having a business or something. And then they asked, "What about you, Chuck? What you gonna do when you grow up?" I was like, "Oh, me, I'm gonna work for NASA in the robotics session, like build robots for NASA." They just started laughing. They started laughing, not out of malice. I think, I hope, I don't know. Kids are weird, but and we were kids, so but yeah, they started laughing. They were like, "Bro, you're a black boy from Mozambique. How the fuck you think you're gonna work for NASA?" And oh, that it gave me the chills right now. Actually, just remembering that moment. And yeah, you're a black boy from Mozambique. What the fuck is you gonna do working for NASA? And at the time, I don't know exactly how I processed that. I just remember that from that day on, I was decided that I'll just prove him wrong. I'll just prove him wrong. I will make it happen. Disclaimer: it is not happening. I don't want it to happen. But yeah, I did everything. I went to learn programming, learn robotics. I was building little robots in Apis when I went to grade 12, building little robots, programming in C sharp, C plus, C, all of that, applying for schools in the US because I was like, bro, my plan is simple. I'm gonna go to MIT, study robotics at MIT, then I'm gonna go work for NASA. Like this is a no brainer. This is simple, straightforward. This is gonna happen. And I think that this story kickstarts this podcast very well because it just when I say this is the Trailblazers Club, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like I had this very clear vision of what they're like blazing the trail. They were like, that's impossible. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the fucking first to make it happen, motherfucker. And all these kids coming after me, they're gonna like do the same. Of course, at the time, I didn't think like that. Of that inspirational and role model type shit. Role model, that sounds so wrong. And that's example, setting an example. For the next generations. At the time, I didn't think like that, but now I do think like that. But I've always from the get had that trailblazer mentality. And I think at that point, at grade eight, was a stepping stone for me to be like, bro, I'm just gonna do the raddest, craziest, most radical shit. And people will say it's impossible, but I'll make it fucking happen, motherfuckers. So yeah, shout out to Bangor Edition for putting a little bit of a seed of competitiveness and just rebellion in me. Um, and yeah, as I said, from that point on, everything I did was for that. But then along the way, my path got different. I lost the whole interest in working for NASA. The more I learned about shit, I fell in love with design, graphic design, and visual communication. In grade 11, I went to Cape Town in Abbots. Then I got into cinema, then into acting, and then into filmmaking, then into this, and then marketing, and then it was a whole thing. And I just really don't even give a fuck about NASA anymore. I'm like, that's I don't. It doesn't tell me nothing of nothing. And yeah, that's like the stepping stone of this whole trailblazer thing. It's just I was willing to give it all. And nowadays, many people ask me like, "Yo, Chuck, you're so good with computers and all that. Why don't you do electrical engineering, computer engineering? Why don't you become a programmer? You'd be an awesome programmer. Everyone would want to work with you and shit." And I don't think that people get the only reason I got it, like the only reason I got into programming and robotics is because I wanted to work for NASA. It was clear. Oh, here's the vision. Here's the goal. Work for NASA in the robotics department. Okay, what do I gotta do? I gotta learn programming, learn robotics. Simple. Get to MIT. Simple. And so me learning programming and robotics was for me to achieve that goal and that vision. Nowadays, that is no longer my vision and my goal. So there is no reason for me to get back to it. Yeah, I think that that's a very important part for those people to understand. The reason I'm no longer interested in robotics and programming is just because my vision and goal is not that of working for NASA anymore. So it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit the fucking puzzle, right? Now I have different visions and different goals, which require these different skills that I'm now getting into the video making, the podcasting, the clothing, this, the that, a little bit of marketing, maybe business, and all of that, building a community. Those are the things those are the skills and the traits and the things that I have to practice and work on and educate myself towards for me to be able to build that vision and reach those goals and aspirations that I now have. Uh, which are pretty much of, as I said before, blazing the trail, like setting an example. The reason I don't like motivational speaker, I don't. How can I say this? The reason I don't like making videos that are like motivational or inspirational and shit. Me talking some shit like, yeah, you can do it. The reason I don't really like that is because I think actions talk louder than words. I could tell you whatever, but I would rather I do it so you see it being done, and then you have that actual doing of it to be as an example for yourself. You know what I mean? Instead of me telling you, you know what, I you can do whatever. You can even learn programming. Instead, what I would do is like I would go learn programming, build a fucking app or whatever, and then show you like, oh look what I did. I was able to build this. I was able to build this. Now you can. I prefer setting an example by actually doing the shits instead of just talking all day. This to say that this trailblazer shit, uh, I wanna make things to set examples of what we can do. Because just like back in grade 8 when I told my friends, oh shit, I'll work for NASA and all that, they were like, that is impossible. And I think that many kids have certain dreams and certain aspirations. Even now, as adults, we still have many dreams and aspirations. But just because we think it's impossible, one, and two, we don't see anybody doing it that looks like us, that comes from where we come from. We don't have those examples. So we're like, nobody has done it, so I think it really is impossible. I'm not going to try it. So I want to be that excuse. I want to be that guy that you're like, oh, Chuck did it, and if Chuck did it, I can do it too. I want to be that guy that gives you that excuse. When people ask you, how are you going to do it? You can just be like, oh, Chuck did it, and if Chuck did it, he comes from the same place as I. He's like pretty much similar to I. I'm friends with him and shit. So yeah, I can do it too. That's the whole idea with the Trailblazers Club, the Trailblazers production. And I want to gather because I don't claim to be the one guy that can do all the impossible by himself. I'm sure that there's thousands of other people that also have that mindset and also want to set those examples for the coming generations. That's why the Trailblazers Club. I want to get all of those people that are willing to blaze the trail for the generations coming to be like, oh, these dudes, these trailblazers, they did it. So can we. I want to gather all of those people together for us to be a community and push each other towards doing all of that and blazing all those trails because I think that is very important. When you look very long term, it's not just about us, it's about what we leave behind and what impact we're gonna have for those living after us, coming up and all that. And that's what I want to be my contribution. And of course, I want to reap the benefits of it too, which is having dope ass communities and just like making me happy because I know that I have all these dope people around me. Can I? They'll be dope. And also being able to do videos every day, which is like, whoa, that's amazing. And doing podcasts like once a week or whatever the fuck the schedule I choose, it's a luxury. It's like living at the 1%. With that said, yeah, uh, I hope that was enough to clarify a little bit of the vision and the goals and what I aspire and where it all comes from. And there was a little bit of some personal information. If not, I mean, it wasn't really that deep, but I don't think it needs to be that deep to understand why I'm so passionate about this and why I'll go all in on this. And but yeah, this will not be without difficulties because well, what I'm trying to do is damn near impossible to do. But that's what makes it exciting, and that's what makes it compelling, and that's what makes it a trailblazer type shit. It's very fitting towards the brand, and yeah, thus far I'm very grateful that some people have reached out trying to support. Being like, yo, bro, some people give me some download. The friend of the talk that the great he's been he's been very helpful actually. As I'm making these videos and this podcast and etc. He's been asking questions, giving some advice, giving some like input, like, yo, why don't you do this instead of this? What's the purpose of this and all that, which has been very helpful, very helpful for real. And another friend, Leon, she reached out like, yo, if you want to do this, maybe do it like this and that, giving me some advice and shit. And I really appreciate these people coming through and taking their time, taking the energy to further propel my vision because, like, yo, they don't have to. They really don't have to. They could just stick to doing their thing and boom, they don't have to, bro. And just to see that they're taking their time and their energy to do that without me even asking is such a blessing. I'm just so grateful that I don't even know how to express my gratitude besides just saying like, yo, thanks guys. I really appreciate it. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed, and I'm just gonna keep on making these contributions, putting it all in because yeah, I really believe in what this is gonna be, what we're doing here, what I'm trying to push for, and seeing that other people also believe in it and believe in me that I can do it. It's a fucking blessing. I'm grateful, eternally grateful, and yeah, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen, and yeah, thanks for everybody else also that has been contributing in other shapes or forms, and yeah, I don't know if I want to make this podcast longer. It's been 13 minutes, even though the duration of the podcast is usually 45 minutes. But I don't think I want to make this longer. We'll make an executive decision right now to fucking break it at 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, I think I want to make that executive decision. But yeah. Um, if you have any questions, any commentaries, any inputs, any form, like anything at all, just have to do. I'm always happy to hear from people. Uh, because as I said, I don't want this to be a one-man mission. There are plenty people that think similarly or act similarly and want to get us all together. And it could be a real blast to make this a whole community effort. And yeah, I know it takes time too, so I'll be forever patient and just take my time, let things grow organically, and whenever and whatever possible, just uh, just make it happen. I think I'll leave this at this. It was great doing this solo cast. I hope I don't do more of these. I really like just talking to people and shit. But I'll see you next time. Peace. Bye. It was a pleasure. See ya.